Hi, I am Shahbani Zuboli and this is my Halloween Illusion assignment, a horror mystery adventure game in a haunted abandoned mansion. The game objective, the game concept and objective. Here I'm going to talk about the settings and overview of the game story. Halloween Illusion is a type of horror game which I have chosen for my assignment as I have found this type of game even more desirable myself and is less boring. To maintain the fear in this game, I have considered some factors such as setting, mechanic, story, and goal before I start to create this game. Just like any horror film, the setting is an important part of the game, which includes the atmosphere where the horror taking place. I have looked through the Unity Asset Store and I have picked some horror mansion environments, which looks haunted and spooky. This creepy horror mansion is a beating heart of my game and which influenced my audience the most. However, apart from environmental setting, I have considered the audio setting as well. Make it even worse, and player can hear all type of sound from door creaks to devil screams and sound of shotgun and baseball bat when player try to hit the enemy. Other options that have been added to my game included the gameplay setting, where allow player to choose among difficulty level of the game, which is level 1 and level 2. In level 1, in level 2 is going to be more difficult to kill the enemy, and player must shoot that enemy object more than level 1. Game also have autosave options where if player exit the game and try to start again, he can begin from where he ended the game previously. The game is about a detective who spends his night in a horror mansion fighting for his life with other devils to escape. He has X amount of bullets that he can use it by pressing P and reload it with R. He can also use baseball bat to defend. There is only one player. And the game outline overview, we can talk that the game genre is in the 3D platforms and it is a survival theme where the player should try to survive in order to win the game and by overcoming different challenges and killing the enemies, which the whole thing's gonna happen in the Unity game engine. I have got some similar game concepts by looking at different games with same concepts such as Escape or Resident Evil 4 inspired me a lot as they were both mystery game that immersed the player in a dark scary environment and using the sound effect. Player look everywhere to save his life and be aware of any upcoming danger. Same in game escape room. There are many different rooms that gives the player more room to face with challenges and defend his life. I also chose an environment for my game which take place in a horror mansion that has many different rooms, both upstairs and downstairs, full of upcoming dangers. Another game that attracts me, as you see in a picture, is Resident Evil, that is also a survival game. However, this game is in a third person view, and I developed my game in a first person view to engage the player more in a game, and he transferred the horror through the player camera at the same time he's playing, but the graphic in both games promote isolation and horror in them. So here you see a picture of the enemy, and in the game there would be the enemy who looks like a zombie, can attack with his hands, enemy have different names. One is called Noxamars, and the other one is called Mimiter. Their names are related to the storyline of the game, and Nox in Latin means knight, and Mars in Roman means god of war. Mimiter is also a combination of two words, mem, memory, and iter, a combination by which we mean it would be a kind of enemy who eats the memory. Each enemy has also its own health bar, which looks like a green rectangle located over his head. And when they got shot, it changes to red, and enemy will die if it all turn into red. I have used different techniques, different animations, such as for the techniques I've used animation, storyboard created, design techniques, which is going to be in two levels, and software use. I have used animations such as death and shooting enemies in the game. The whole game is also based on a story of a man trapped in an abandoned mansion who can only get away if he kills all enemies in there. As a part of the design technique, I have considered two levels for the game, which happens after killing enemies, and then it will pop up on window next level. Then the player can go forward to the next level of the game and continue playing. This way, the game will be more organized as well. To increase user engagement, I also added different sounds, such as when the enemy starts to attack and when a player shoots to try to shoot the enemy, they can hear the shotgun. And here you can see the menu system flowcharts. This is how I will create my menu system flow from the beginning to exit. It represents the options player can choose before they start to play the game from the menu option. The oval shows the start and end point of the game, of the menu, where you start the game and exit the game after players start the game, and if they select the option 1, they will enter the play mode, and they can all play the game. If they choose option 2, then they can personalize some of the game features, such as the volume of the audio or the hardness of the game. If they select quit the game, they can exit the game completely. And game engine for the Halloween illusion. There were for the game I have used Unity. The Unity game engine, which is developed by Unity Technologies. This game engine is coming with features that makes it easy to use with many different free assets and ability to testing the game while rebuilding it. However, this game engine is pricey if we use the commercial license one, but for the game that I plan to create, I did not require the commercial license version, and I could benefit from a free version of Unity. It supports both 3D and 2D, and for my game, which is a 3D game, it was a perfect match. Despite Unity does not offer the most cut-edge rendering as Unreal Engine does, but it was good for what I require. Unity is a user-friendly game engine that supports different platforms such as iOS, Android, Windows Phone, Windows Phone 8, Tizen, Android TV, Samsung Smart TV, Xbox One, and Windows PC, Mac OS, Linux, Web Player, WebGL, HoloLens, Steam OS, PS4, PlayStation, Vita, and many more. And it offers a large asset store with many free assets as well, but it has a limited native performance. Games developed in Unity may not perform as well as those developed using a native game engine, especially designed for a particular platform. However, this was not an issue for my game. And methodologies, in my research paper, I have investigated different methodologies such as waterfall, agile, and rapid application development. And we talk about all advantages and disadvantages of each separately. Here I would like to start having looked at some of those methodologies in brief and see why I rather not choose them and why I have chosen agile over the two other methodologies. Here you see the waterfall, and the first methodology that I have looked into, which was one of the most important model of SDLC. As you can see in the picture, in this model, project activities divided into linear sequential phase. The result from the last phase acts in as an input for the next phase in the roster. Your project only progress like a waterfall from top to the bottom. This model comes in a clear, simple, structured way. Start with the analysis of the project requirement, followed by the designing, testing, implementation, verification, and maintenance phase. Because this model is based on fully documentation, transferring of information is much easier among team members. This model is easier to control, as you can only proceed to the next stage if you have completed the former stages. This model, every team member have clear understanding of their goal and achievement, because there is going to be lots of planning and researching at early stage. And as everyone in the project follow the linear model, there is no risk of deviation from the plan, as it's very stable in nature. However, this model comes with its own limitation. It can be very expensive, as you only can start testing it at the last stages where all previous phases have been completed. Any modification and alteration in the project can be very expensive, as they have need to start from the beginning before testing and going through all the stages one more time. Another problem with this model is that it is not feedback based, and the major focus is on a project requirement, so there is no chance of improvement during the process based on customer feedback, as it's not very flexible and it's not allowed for multiple revisions on what have been accomplished so far. Waterfall model does not allow you to go back and make a revision, and you only allow to do this after you complete each phase. The next is rapid application development. This is an incremental model that allow development team to build a fully functional system in a short amount of time, and if the project scope is limited, for example, project need to be completed within a short time and resources such as budgets and tools are limited, it is an ongoing software project and fully based on customer feedback. One of the key features with rapid application development is the high-speed delivery of the product. It also comes with quality assurance, as user review each prototype and minimize the error in the product. Unlike the waterfall model with rapid application development, it is much easier to make improvement, as it has higher flexibility towards the feedback and modifications in the project. Prototypes in rapid application development can be reused in another project or in the same project, so it can be cost effective as well. Despite rapid application development can be a good option for a project with a smaller scope with limited documentation, and many more limitations. It lacks the scalability, so it is most suited for a small to medium sized project and not good for a big project. In rapid application delivery development methodology, it can be quick, it can be quite challenging or impossible if the clients are unavailable at the critical decision making times, as it can affect the delivery times of the project. Why rapid application development is not good choice for my project? Well, my Unity project comes with many documentations, and rapid application development methodology does not cover enough documentations, and a game documentation is like a gem in game development toolkit, which provides a deep understanding of the game mechanic, storyline, character, assets, and provide opportunity for future. If we would like to expand the game, but unfortunately, by following this methodology, we will not have the opportunity anymore, and as not very scalable either. And this methodology you see is agile, and this methodology to complete the game in an iterative model and incremental manner, and it is based on collaboration, interaction. It allows you to have ongoing delivery of the product by dividing the functioning software into the smaller parts, where every part is small but comes with essential features and functions that can be used after delivery. It also asks for constant feedback and communicate between team members, so everyone can share their ideas by using agile methodology. It allows developers to constantly develop and improve their work without risking the quality of it. As I mentioned earlier, unlike waterfall model, which lack flexibility and more emphasis on the linear and sequential delivery, in agile the flexibility is different, and unlike a feature which makes it perfect choice, and unlike the rapid application development, where focus is more on the quick delivery of the product and does not allow for frequent testing due to the limited scope, in agile methodology, iteration and constant testing is a key feature which makes it perfect choice for my game, where it allow me to proceed the incremental delivery of the product and allow me to show progress to my tutor during the assignment time frame. Constant testing at every sprint allow me to detect any flaws in my game and resolve them at earlier time, rather than facing with them at the end of the project and losing track of time and only start the project all over again, and where there is not much time left. There are all advantages can come with agile methodology, which makes it perfect match for my game, and for this reason I have chosen it for my game. I have also searched about different game engines and development platforms such as Unity, Unreal Engine, Godot, Blender, Visual Studio, and Git, where allow developers to create their games and bring them into life by allowing them to build, test, refine the game mechanics and experience. Unity is a game engine that supports 2D, 3D development, and it has a large developer community and support. Next is Unreal Engine, a game development platform which is well known for the realistic graphic capability and robust toolset for complex game creation. Godot, an open source game engine with user-friendly interface and flexible sync system suitable for a wide range of game types. To create this game, I have used Unity Game Engine, as it has an integration with .NET Word and it supports C Sharp. It supports Visual Studio, and it also has asset store that comes with a lot of free assets and variety of options. Unity is also easy to learn and to use, which makes it suitable choice for me as a beginner. It also has better option compared to Godot, as it offers 3D graphics development and rendering output unlike the Godot. And Godot uses primary programming language, which is GD script. However, it is easy to learn and use, but it is not scalable as scalable as C Sharp. It also does not have a bigger community compared to the Unity and Unreal Engine. Also supports C++, which is not a programming that I know to work, and with our limited time, I did not know, I didn't have a chance to learn new programming language to work with. So Unreal was not a good choice for me, and working with Unity was much convenient choice for me. And about here you see photos of related to budgeting and timeline, and I have used Microsoft Project Tools to set goal and objectives, and specifying the budgets and timelines with dashboard and reporting, where I visualize the status of the game, which can help me to stay organized and keep a track of everything through the charts and reports. Thank you.